Lost in the rain. The rain came down in gentle sheets, drumming softly against the cobblestone streets of Florence. Claire pulled her coat tighter around her, shivering as she stepped under the awning of a small café. She hadn't expected the storm, and her tiny umbrella was no match for the relentless downpour. "Bad luck with the weather, huh?" a deep voice said beside her. Claire turned to see a man standing there, also seeking shelter. He was tall, with dark hair damp from the rain and kind eyes that crinkled slightly when he smiled. His accent was unmistakably Italian. "I guess I should have checked the forecast," Claire replied, laughing. The man chuckled. "Or maybe the rain just wanted to bring us together." Claire raised an eyebrow, smirking. "Is that a line you use often?" He placed a hand over his heart in mock offense. "I swear. Only when fate gives me a reason." She laughed, tucking a damp strand of hair behind her ear. "I'm Claire, by the way." "Luca," he said, extending his hand. She shook it, feeling the warmth of his touch despite the cold. A moment of silence settled between them as the rain continued its steady rhythm. The café behind them glowed warmly, the scent of espresso drifting into the street. "Would you like to go inside?" Luca asked. Claire hesitated. But there was something about him, something safe and familiar despite their brief encounter. She nodded. "Why not?" They stepped inside, the bell above the door chiming softly. The café was cozy, with wooden tables, bookshelves lining the walls, and the hum of soft music in the background. They found a table by the window, watching the rain blur the city outside. "So, what brings you to Florence?" Luca asked as they sipped their coffee. Claire smiled, stirring her cappuccino. "A much-needed break. I wanted to get lost somewhere beautiful." "You picked the perfect place," he said. "Though, if you ask me, sometimes the best way to experience a city is with someone who knows its secrets." "Are you volunteering to be my tour guide?" she teased. Luca grinned. "Only if you promise to get lost with me." She studied him for a moment, surprised by how easy this was, how effortless. "All right, Luca," she said, holding out her hand again. "Show me Florence." They left the café together, the rain beginning to slow as they wandered through the streets. Luca took her to hidden alleyways filled with art, quiet courtyards where musicians played, and secret spots only the locals knew. With each step, Claire felt something shift inside her. Hours passed like minutes, and when the rain finally stopped, they found themselves standing on the Ponte Vecchio. The sky was painted with the fading hues of sunset, and the Arno River shimmered beneath them. Luca turned to her, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "You know, Claire, sometimes getting lost leads you exactly where you're meant to be." She felt her heart skip, the weight of the moment pressing against her ribs. Maybe this was foolish. Maybe it was too soon. But standing there under the soft glow of the streetlights, she couldn't deny it. She smiled, stepping closer. "Then I guess I don't mind being lost a little longer." And as Luca leaned in, his lips meeting hers in the golden twilight, Claire knew she had found something worth getting lost for.